Hi children, we have seen in the last video started with the new chapter nutrition in living organism. In that we have seen that what are the foodstuffs and how it has been used by us. From foodstuffs what we are getting, like different constituents of food, is it not? And with that different constituents of food we are getting energy, growth and health for our body. And even we have seen that how plants are making their own food with the help of chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide, is it not? Now at the same time, when the plants are preparing their food, they are getting the proteins, and those proteins we have seen are made from carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. But these plants are using this nitrogen, they cannot use this nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. So there is it has to be fixed, is it not? Fixation of nitrogen is occurred by biological and atmospheric methods. Biological fixation of nitrogen we have seen in the last video. Now today we are going to see atmospheric fixation of nitrogen. How nitrogen from the atmosphere is fixed and converted into nitrates, which can be used by the plants. During lightning, what happens? There is a reaction of atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen. Means atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen are reacted with each other during rainy season when the lightning occurs. At the same time, nitric oxide is formed. Due to the reaction between atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen, nitric oxide is formed, that is NO. Again further, this nitric oxide oxidized and form into nitrogen dioxide. This nitrogen dioxide dissolves in rainwater and is converted into nitric acid, that is HNO3, which gets added to the soil along with the rainwater. Now this nitric acid which is added in the soil is used by plants. Now we will see different types of nutrition in plants. First, symbiotic nutrition. In some cases, two or more than two different types of plants live together to fulfill their needs of nutrition, protection, support, etc. with each other's help. This is called symbiotic nutrition. Now see, some fungi, this is example we are giving, fungi grow around the roots of some other plants. These plants supply nutrients to the fungi, and in turn fungi supply minerals and water to the plants. Children, you all know that the plants are autotrophic as they make their own food. But there are some plants which do not prepare their own food, and hence they are known as heterotrophic. These plants do not contain chlorophyll and they are depend on some other plants for their food. And plants that grow on the body of other plant to obtain food, means that is depending, that is called parasitic plant. And a plant on which an organism lives and survive is called host plant. Example is Loranthus that grows on trees. Next, children, there are some plants which feed upon insects to obtain nutrients. These plants are deficient, means lack of nitrogen compounds. So to fulfill their nutritional values, they actually consume insects. Many examples are there: Venus flytrap, pitcher plant, Drosera. Now here we will see how Drosera burmanil consumes the insects. Drosera burmanil has flower-like appearance with pink or red color, and this pink and red color attracts insects towards it. Then it has a droplet of sticky substances and hairs which trap the insect, and these insects further get digested into the flower. Now we will see the plants which obtain the food from dead and decaying bodies of organisms. Means there are some plants which are actually depend upon the dead and decaying bodies of organism for their food, and such a type of plants are known as saprophytic plants. The example of saprophytic plants, that's fungi like mushrooms and yeast. Fungi break down the carbon compounds from the dead, and this is used as food.